Alright, let's get things going. Draw for turn. Hello again, I'm Sigi, and I'll be going first today. As the reigning king of the hill, I will bring the same deck I played last time, which is Doomsday Zur. So after a mulligan, my opening hand was a Marsh Flats, a Scalding Tarn, a Talisman of Progress, Preordain, Swords to Plowshares, Counterspell, and Silence. Now, if you're just trying to go for a fast combo win, this is not really a hand you want to see because most of this is interaction. However, there are two big reasons why I decided to keep this hand over a faster one. First of all, Cameron was on Tasigur, and his deck is built in a way that it will simply punish you incredibly hard if you just try to go for your combo without any sort of interaction. Secondly, I also knew that I was up against Dan's brew deck, which is basically all-in combo. He just tries to win as fast as possible, and this hand was, in my mind at least, good enough to fight him. So the basic idea was to prevent Dan from winning while sort of flying under the radar myself, and then going for the win after both Cameron and Dan have exhausted their interactive resources. Play a Marsh Flats, crack, go to 39, fetch Underground Sea. Oh, that was quick, nice. Tap for a blue. Preordain.
No response.
No response.
Scry 2. I'll leave him like that. Draw a card. Pass turn.
Draw a card. Hello again, Cameron here. Today I'm piloting a deck I created myself. It's Tasigur, the Golden Fang. It's my attempt at a control deck for competitive EDH games in multiplayer, which has a lot of challenges on its own, simply because it's having to play Fun Police for multiple people. In heads up, Tasigur was so strong that it was actually banned in French Commander as a commander. However, for multiplayer, it is still a viable commander to play. So I'm using him as sort of a politic position. If somebody tries to combo off or win, I activate Tasigur and ask the other players, hey, will you give me this answer in my graveyard to stop this person from going off? Usually they do, so we continue the game. Today, my opening hand is a Twilight Mire, an Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, a Gilded Drake, a Sylvan Library, a Carpet of Flowers, a Long-Term Plans, and a Seasons Past. Now, one of the downsides of this opening hand is I can't really do anything turn one. I don't have any colored mana besides black, and none of my spells are 1 mana black spells. However, it looks like I might have a good turn 2, where I can use the Twilight Mire to drop a Carpet of Flowers. There's other blue players. I might be able to also drop a Sylvan Library on that turn. On top of that, I have a Gilded Drake, so that if they have some sort of oppressive early creature, I can trade them for it and just give them a 3/3 flyer, and I get their really strong creature like a Leovold, and I can lock them out of their own game. On top of that, I've got a long-term plans, and if I get Sylvan Library down, I can long-term plans and then just get the card immediately the next turn and not really have to worry about that. I can also, with Sylvan Library, just pay a bunch of life and get 2 answers and mana that I need in order to continue the game. At this point, my goal is to slow down the game. So I'm going to be digging for counter spells and removal pieces in order to get the game into a grindy state where people are top decking cards. I feel like I'm set up for my plan here. Once I get past turn 2, I'll have a Sylvan Library in play and Carpet of Flowers to help smooth out my mana issues. And as long as I don't lose the game on turn 2, we should be able to actually have a pretty fun game here. Herborg, Tumi Yawgmoth, pass the turn.
Draw for turn. Hey everyone, Dan again, and today I will be on a Thrasios Triton Hero and Tim of the Weaver partner commander brew that I have been working on. If you pay attention to the competitive EDH subreddit, you may have seen one of my first posts about an initial iteration of this deck that I was calling Doomweaver. Since then, and with this revision, I've cut all of the Boonweaver Giant combo and removed the majority of the hate package and streamlined it to more closely resemble something like Reverse Mermaid's Jaleva Slim list. So I'm running Aetherflux Reservoir, I'm running a High Tide package, and I'm running a lot of that good combo juice like Mind's Desire and all those Frantic Search and Time Spiral spells. So the goal of this deck is to resolve an Ad Nauseam, resolve a Necropotence, or resolve a Doomsday, and kill you. I have a few ways of doing that. I have the traditional Laboratory Maniac stuff, but I also have the Bomberman combo in here, as that gives me a really easy 1-2 out with Thrasios to just win the game. So today my opening hand consisted of Mana Confluence, Breeding Pool, Ad Nauseam, Doomsday, Swan Song, and Carpet of Flowers. So I mulliganed to 6, and it was a little bit of a sketchy 6 since I'm going to take a lot of damage from Mana Confluence and from Breeding Pool. But being able to get a turn 1 Carpet of Flowers while also having a Swan Song for protection was pretty decent, and having 2 of my payoff spells, while I only ever really want 1, is still pretty good, because with Carpet of Flowers I can reasonably resolve one of them fairly efficiently. So if we get some decent draws, like a Gush and a Fetch Land, then I could reasonably go off with Doomsday on turn 3. My Scry was a Talisman of Dominance, which I kept on top because I wanted to start getting that ramp up in case I had to go the Ad Nauseam route and get a bit more mana than for the Doomsday route. I will shock for a Breeding Pool. Make a green mana and cast a Carpet of Flowers.
Oh boy.
And I will pass turn after that.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Play Scalding Tarn. Crack Tarn. Go to 38. Fetching Tundra. I'll just keep this like this because I'm gonna tap 2 to Merchant Scroll. Searching for a blue instant. Good old High Tide.
Oh.
There we go. After that, I'm going to pass my turn.
Alright. Draw a card. Play a Twilight Mire. Tap for 2 green. Elves of the Deep Shadow. Elves of Deep Shadow.
Okay.
And a Carpet of Flowers.
Nice.
Jesus.
Move to second main. Add 2 green from Sigi's Islands. Play a Sylvan Library. Pass the turn.
Untap.
That's a
What?
nice mono green deck.
Yeah,
Elves of Deep Shadow, Sigi. Come on now. Draw for turn. I'll play a Mana Confluence.
Hey, I'm working on that green devotion.
I'll add 2 mana of whatever color to my mana pool and cast a Talisman of Dominance. I will pass turn after that.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Play an island.
Thanks.
You are welcome. Both of you. Tap 2. Talisman of Progress.
Sure.
I'll take 1 from the Talisman to cast a Mana Vault.
Okay.
Following that, I will pass my turn.
Untap. Draw a step. I will Sylvan Library. I will take 8.
No way.
Puts me at 32. Main phase. Add 3 blue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Marsh Flats. Yep. Black and a green. Leovold.
Oh, God.
No responses?
Sure. Go ahead.
Crack a fetch. Go to 31. Getting a tropical. I've got 2 blue floating. Long-term plans?
I have a response. Cards in hand?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I have 4.
You'll have 2 cards in your graveyard, and your mana pool will be empty after that?
Yes.
That's fine.
Long-term plans is good?
Yeah. On the
Mhm.
Sigi. Okay. That's good.
Discard 3rd from the top. Tap for a black, lose a life, go to 30. Deathrite Shaman.
Okay.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Draw for turn. I'll add 3 black to my mana pool with Carpet of Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I will cast a Lion's Eye Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Float 2 and cast Ad Nauseam, retaining priority, sacking Lion's Eye Diamond to add 3 black mana to my mana pool.
Okay.
Hand is Doomsday, Swan Song, and Tropical Island. Ad Nauseam's good?
Yes.
Okay. 38 from Pluto Delta, 37 from Preordain, 31 from Mind's Desire, 29 from Eladamri's Call, 26 from Intuition, 24 from Negate, 24 from Command Tower, 22 from Impulse, 22 from Hallowed Fountain, so 19 from Yogg-Will, 18 from Mystical Tutor, 14 from Auriok Salvagers. And well, keep going. 12 from Sylvan Library, 10 from Mana Drain, 9 from Gataxian Probe, 9 from Scrubland, 9 from Island,
Okay.
9 from Windswept Heath, 8 from Flusterstorm, 7 from Soul Ring, 7 from Chrome Mox,
Jesus.
5 from Merchant Scroll, and I will stop at Merchant Scroll. Okay, so I have 3 black in my pool currently. I'm going to play a Command Tower for turn, cast a Chrome Mox.
Yep.
I'm going to imprint Mind's Desire. With my 3 black, I'll make a white from Command Tower and cast Auriok Salvagers.
We're good.
Okay. So I will...
I mean, you could make infinite mana and discard your hand.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me. I actually am going to pass turn here.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep a few cards.
I think casting the Salvagers was the wrong call there.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'll just go ahead. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn.
Discarding Eladamri's Call, Soul Ring, Sylvan Library, Windswept Teeth, Island, Mystical Tutor, Git Probe, Hallowed Fountain, Impulse, Preordain, Polluted Delta.
I'll tap this for colorless to cast Candelabra of Tarnos. Any responses?
I do not have responses.
Good. Pass turn.
Untap. So, Sylvan Library.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna take 8. Going to add 3 blue to my mana pool.
Okay.
Play a Coffers. Use one of those blue. So I've got 2 blue.
Okay.
And 4 black.
Mm-hmm.
Gilded Drake.
Oh.
I have a response.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a blue with Mana Confluence going to 4, and I'll cast Mana Drain, targeting the Gilded Drake.
I would like to respond to that.
Okay.
2 blue. Counterspell your Mana Drain.
Okay. Mana Drain hits the bin. Gilded Drake is on the stack. Sigi?
No responses.
Okay. Auriok Salvagers resolves. Or not Auriok Salvagers, Gilded Drake.
Got an Auriok Salvagers.
Okay.
Spend 2 black and the blue. Time Twister.
Sure.
Okay.
Leovold's out.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. I'd like to do something before that then.
Say something beforehand, Sigi.
Sorry.
Come on now.
I forgot about Leovold being out. We've had more pressing matters, to put it that way. Make a blue.
Mm-hmm.
Tap my Mana Vault for 3. Activate Candelabra for 3. If that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Untapping 3 lands. I'll make a white and Swords to Plowshares Leovold.
Trigger. I draw a card.
Yep.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay.
I gain 3 life.
Time Twister on the stack.
Time Twister.
Resolves.
Yep.
Time Twister resolves.
Now we draw 7.
Yeah.
Which is strictly better than drawing 1.
Alright, let's check him.
Okay.
Can I mulligan this?
I don't believe you can.
That's only fair, I suppose.
Gonna play Birds of Paradise.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Return? Okay. So I will... I will think.
Sure.
I'm going to play a polluted delta. I'm going to crack my polluted delta and go to 3 and get
Okay.
an underground sea. We'll make a black and cast Dark Ritual.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So I have 3 black in my pool. I will add another 3 from Carpet of Flowers. So I have 6 black total.
Sure.
Sorry, does the Oracle text change how that...
There.
Does the Oracle text...
It is a triggered ability as you move into main phase.
Ah, I'm so sorry. Can I undo that to add the 3 black at the start of the main phase?
That's fine with me.
Okay, so 3 black,
Yeah,
same process. Sorry, I was going by card text, which is obviously not accurate. With 3 of that black, I will cast a Grim Tutor, going to... I will cast a Grim Tutor, hold priority, activate Mana Confluence, going to 2 for a white, and cast Angel's Grace.
Wait. Sure. We can't respond to that, so...
Yeah, so Angel's Grace resolves. Grim Tutor's on the stack.
I'll just give it a try. Negate?
I'll Flusterstorm the negate, putting all of the instances on negate. Storm count is
that works.
4.
4?
Yeah, storm count's 4. Okay. So I will still have 2 black in the pool. Breeding Pool, Talisman, and Command Tower gives me the mana to cast the Ad Nauseam that I am getting. So, 2 black, 3 Ad Nauseam.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Ad Nauseam resolves. I'm going to skip the process where I flip the top card of my library. I'm just going to go for the whole thing.
Yep.
Mox Diamond, I'll pitch a Windswept Heath, Lotus Petal, Mana Crypt, Lab Man, crack Lotus Petal for a blue. I will hard cast Cataxian Probe.
No response.
Exiled your polluted delta, add blue to my mana pool.
Okay.
Also the Deep Shadow. Cyclonic Rift, Labman.
I'll respond. Force of Will.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching Mental Misstep, I guess.
No
Sigi,
response.
can you help at all?
No.
Alright, that's game.
Within 4 minutes of closing out my audio capture in Audacity, I realized and noted to both Cameron and Sigi that I cannot legally cast Force of Will there because I am at negative something life and can't pay that life as a cost. However, I did have a Pact of Negation in hand at the same time, so I would have cast that instead. So sorry for making such a grievous mistake on camera for the win. 2 points I want to talk about were my first Ad Nauseam. So it was a bit of a weird one. Flipping Mind's Desire is never fun on an Ad Nauseam. I paused once I hit all the way down to Auriok Salvagers, because at that point I was trying to figure out what actually did I need past the Auriok Salvagers to be able to deal with the Leovold and still be able to win the game. So what resources did I need to be able to make that happen? And at that point, I didn't really have an efficient means of accessing something that could get me a Nature's Claim or a Chain of Vapor. Intuition theoretically does it, but it's way too mana intensive at that point. So I was just flipping over and flipping over and flipping over. Merchant Scroll gets me Chain of Vapor, which is why I stopped on Merchant Scroll. However, I did make a mistake casting the Auriok Salvagers there, because I was a little short on mana to be able to Merchant Scroll, Chain of Vapor, Auriok Salvagers, and then Lion's Eye Diamond for the win. So I botched that. But, luckily, The Time Twister cast not too long after actually saved me from that. So at that point, I was already super low on life. I was down to 4. So I twisted, as you saw, into an Angel's Grace and a Dark Ritual with a Tutor and Grim Tutor. So worst Tutor by far, but still gets me there. And I had just enough life to make it work. So being able to, once everyone's protection was down, because I had just cast Ad Nauseam, being able to Angel's Grace and resolve a second Ad Nauseam was enough to get me there. So the interaction that I think Cameron had at the end is just not quite enough once I've drawn my entire deck. So that Leovold was a thorn in my side for that first Ad Nauseam, but twisting my Ad Nauseam back into the deck was the best thing that could have happened for me. So all in all, it was a pretty cool game. That's the first time I've ever been able to resolve 2 Ad Nauseams in the same game, let alone on turn 3 and then again on turn 4, which was pretty fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.